What's up, dudes? If you guys want to help me out big time, you can use code Upshall in the Fortnite item shop, bottom right corner of the screen. Appreciate it very much. Yo, what's going on, my dudes? Today I want to make a video on how to play aggressive for you members of Controller Gang out there. There's some great tips and tricks videos now on how to push people effectively when they're boxing up and just driving players who you have damaged. Right now, it's one of the most annoying things in the world is when you shoot somebody, you get some heavy damage into them, and then they box up and you just can't get through their walls. I want to give you guys a bunch of the tricks I use to counteract that. And once you get good at using these, it honestly makes it so fun. You're almost happy to see somebody box up because you know that you're about to get the advantage on them real quick. And we're getting into that today. We're going to show you guys all the stuff I use and things that are particular to controller. Also, we're going to talk about tricks that are not necessarily the most mechanically skilled things to do, but things that work every time. Why do the hard way when you can do the easy way? And that's what I'm going to show you guys in this video. So the first trick, and something that I think is insanely powerful, is the Ghost Aydan wall steal trick. We've talked about this before, but it's actually really, really simple. All you have to do is get a wall one hit, and then you can one-shot the wall with a gun instead of a pickaxe, and you can steal that wall. And the way that turbo building actually works on controller is you can shoot the wall out, then swap to your build mode, and the way that turbo building works, it will steal the wall for you pretty much every single time. As long as your internet is not trash or the person is like a 0 pinger and you're on 50 ping, it will work. If you're playing against somebody on even level internet, or even if your internet's a little bit slower, this trick should work, and it works for two big reasons. So the two reasons are the fact that, again, the turbo building will steal the wall, it will yoink it for you, but also you got to talk about from a psychological standpoint what the player is actually looking at. Normally, in 90% of the occasions, or probably more than that, people are stealing walls with pickaxes, right? They're trying to blast your wall, they're moving around, trying to hit your cone. They're just kind of going all around your box with their pickaxe. That's kind of the recognized symbol of okay, this guy's trying to steal on me. But if I pickaxe you and then I'm shooting your wall a little bit and I get it one hit and I take my shotgun out, the player inside the box is not going to be expecting me to actually steal that wall. And then once I shoot it, it's kind of it kind of takes them aback, right? It's a thing that they're not necessarily looking for. Now, there is a mechanical trick to this wall steal method. So in order to do this trick properly, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is hit the shoot button, and then immediately after that, tap your build swap button. For me, it's circle. And the key here is when you swap to your build menu, because your shoot button is also your wall replace button, it will tell your game to replace the wall the moment that it's shot. And it will work just like that. You don't need to be spamming anything. You just got to hold it. It's very, very simple to do, and honestly, it's so effective. In my opinion, if you're trying to just straight up steal a wall, it works best when using a shotgun. However, you can use it with other spammier weapons. It just kind of takes getting the timing down a little bit more particularly. The other thing about using the shotgun as your wall steal method is that the fact that on controller, getting stuck in your menus and trying to swap between your weapons when you don't end up opening a wall on the right weapon is terrible. It feels awful. And if you are stealing a wall with your shotgun, that means you're going to have your shotgun ready to go when you actually steal that wall and make your edit. Right? And that is huge, especially for controller players. Not getting lost in your own inventory is key. I got a clip here of me actually using this against a player. Ignore the missed edits, but you can kind of use that as a demonstration on how you can be not the best mechanically skilled player and still use this method to just dominate players. Now, once you actually have stolen the wall on somebody, it's really key to actually set yourself up as best as possible for a right side peek if possible. There's a few different ways I like to do that. The key to the right side peek is that basically it allows you to see an opponent before you see them. We talk about ping a lot in Fortnite, but ping is literally the amount of time it takes for you to send a signal to the server, and then the server to send a signal back to you. So that amount of time is literally the amount of time you can go around a wall and be seeing somebody and be shooting somebody before they actually realize you've made that move. So if you do it properly, right side peeks can pretty much give you the first shot in any engagement every single time. To properly take advantage of that, I like to use 3 different edits. Probably the best edit of all is the archway edit, but when it's done to the right. And what this allows you to do is get like either a right side peek, or you can go for a jump shot. It kind of keeps the other player guessing, and it's really, really effective in that sense. The one thing is if you play in controller, especially legacy settings, you get weaker aim assist when you're jumping. So what you want to do is make sure you get the shot pre-lined up as much as possible before you actually make that jump. The other edit I really like to do is the little mini archway edit, but the key here is to put yourself in a position where you're behind this wall right here. This doesn't really work if the person is far up in the box, but if they're kind of trying to pull back, say you have a ramp over them and they're way pushed back in the deep of the box, you go for your ramp edit. This one kind of gives you a way to get a nice right side peek. Again, you can walk out into that and get that timing advantage. And then you can also retreat behind your wall really, really, really quickly. I find it personally really, really good. The other thing that I really like doing, and people kind of razz me for this, and I honestly feel like some of it's deserved and some of it's not, is the window edit. Here's the thing about the window edit. When you take it into the account of using ping to your advantage and using the right side peek to your advantage, the window edit can be really effective when it's done right, and only really use this technique when you have a player already really damaged and you know that you're pretty much guaranteed to get a one shot in and you won't have the trade damage with them. But basically the way you want to do it, you never want to do a window edit, and this is why people think the window edit sucks, is they do window edits sitting in front of the window. It takes 0.4 seconds for you to actually take your shotgun out and be ready to shoot. So if you're playing a player who has a brain, they're going to be waiting for you to make that edit. Keep in mind that whenever you actually take your edit menu out, you have your blueprints out with your pencil ready to go, and players will see that and know you're about to make an edit. So what you want to do is you want to make an edit, a window edit, to the right of where you are. So again, that way you can walk out, pre-line up a headshot, and get that shot in. If the player is really far up on the box, you can always go for the right side window edit. The one thing I find about window edits too is there's a lot of wall here, so it's really easy to make a shot and then grab the edit and reset it again. Now, the next technique that I think is incredibly effective, probably the best technique that I've been using lately. It works, it feels like every single freaking time, and it can work on basically any level of box. They can be on the ground, they can be anywhere in a build fight, like they can be at the top. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the positioning. This technique is super flexible, and it's really, really simple. All you have to do is basically be able to pickaxe the wall or pickaxe the floor out from underneath the pyramid. That's literally it. It's incredible, and it blows my mind how often it works. Now, what you got to do, the basics of it, is you steal the pyramid, but then you can actually pickaxe the floor out from the side of the pyramid. A lot of you guys have probably heard of this before or seen this before, but I want to go over this tip because it's so effective on controller, and it's so effective for people who have high ping. And yeah, it's cracked, dude. So basically all you got to do is look for this little line, and again, this doesn't work just on wood, it works on everything. Right here. It takes a little bit of practice, but after a while, you'll get used to doing it, and it's a lot bigger. The area's a lot bigger than you think it is. Basically, it's like, so that's the pyramid right there, but anywhere along this line right here, basically, if you hit like this piece of wood or this piece of wood right here, it's going to steal the floor out from underneath the pyramid. So it's actually a bigger margin than you might think. You're not actually threading the needle that much. And basically, all you got to do here is steal the pyramid, steal the floor, and then you can hit that double edit. Woo! Man, I'm all over the place, dude. That should have been a lot cleaner. The reason this works so well is that the person inside of the box is just kind of chilling here. 99% of the time, I swear, people just hold their pyramid because they think that's the only thing that can be stolen on them. Then, basically, you can try to pickaxe their pyramid. If their pyramid they keep replacing it over and over again, you can just go for the floor, and then as soon as they see their floor gone, they kind of start to panic and get weirded out, and they usually then miss the pyramid grab afterwards. So you can kind of go back and forth. You're going to try to steal either piece. This works again just really, really effectively against a lot of different players, because psychologically they're just expecting the pyramid to be stolen first, and then if the person's pyramid gets stolen, typically what happens is the player then edits it up, and then they can see, okay, this guy's trying to like steal my floor now, I better like move out of this box or try to make a play. But if you steal the pyramid and then don't edit it and instead steal the floor out from underneath it, it's completely unexpected, and oftentimes when you make that edit, the person will just be sitting there underneath holding their blueprints saying, well, the one other thing you can do as well is if you're trying to steal it and they're putting up a good fight, you can pickaxe their wall a little bit. This again will probably just confuse them. They might try to hold their wall for a second, and then this can again give you an opportunity. You can maybe like pickaxe their wall out and then go for that wall steal or floor steal and get the shot in. If you guys found this video helpful, if you did, drop a like on the video, hit that sub button, use code Upshall in the Fortnite item shop if you want to support me. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate you very much.